Hi, I'm Mike with the Daily BM. In this episode, we discuss chivalry in 2024, negative reactions, the dangers, and how technology has come into play. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy this episode.
Good morning, fuckers, and welcome to another day of the Daily BM. Mikey, what's up?
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Daily BM. So happy to be here.
Yeah, you looked it. You know,
thanks,
did you not hit the powder room before you started the show? You got a little bit of a glow going to you.
And my forehead's a little bit shiny today. I've got a new light trying to brighten it up a little bit.
You got a little Klingon going on
right over here.
Well, okay, hey, before we get going, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing's wrong.
What's happening in the world of Michael? Let's go.
Nothing. I'm just being my usual chipper self.
Yeah, but I got to figure out why you're not chipper.
Everything's right as rain. I'm never chipper. When am I ever chipper? In the morning.
Everybody gets a blast on their way into work or whatever, coming home from work or going to lunch. I need some powder for my face.
I just feel like I'm like, a beacon of hope over here with my forehead.
Stand you out by a fucking lake or by stand you out
when
by
a
port of call.
I don't think when they're telling me to be the lighthouse instead of a tugboat, this is what they're talking about.
Be the light in someone's life. Da-da! You take your hat off. And there it comes. How's that? Bright enough? Holy shit. I know I had to turn my display brightness down just to take the glare off your forehead.
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah. I can't see anything right now. All I can see is two halos in your glasses.
Oh, I forgot. Thanks for freaking telling me before we started the show. Appreciate that. Awesome. Because I can still see you. I just can't read. But I can't read anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Nice.
But anyway, well, we're on Women. What is it? Women Wednesday.
Women Trouble Wednesdays, baby.
Women Trouble
Wednesdays. This is where we talk about all things women and how they trouble us.
Man, you are winning brownie points with the ladies this morning. Let me just tell you.
Hey, you gotta love them. There's no alternative. Speechy dies.
My train of thought is completely sideways right now, because ever since we logged on to start this show, before the show, it was already in that way, and I'm going, I can't stay focused. So
sounds like a problem.
Yeah, it is definitely a me problem. So that being said, I saw a post on Meta, Facebook, the other day, and it was from it was a young lady, and she was complaining in a video about how men, like, for her, let me get the scenario. Her car broke down on the side of the road near like an intersection. Right. Okay, so
hold on, I gotta clean my glasses for this.
Why, you can't listen without your glasses clean?
No, I gotta give my hands something to do.
Oh, okay.
All right, so there's a young lady, and she says that where are all the men?
Well, damn, you're already on the way. Hold on, but let me finish the story. So she's on the side of the road. So, all right, she's basically saying that she pulled every guy, like 12, 15 cars.
How much?
Stop! For God's sake!
What? You said there's a woman on the side of the road. I just asked how much. Not appropriate.
It was $20. If you're a lady and you're on the side of the road, you might get more attention that way if you have your car broke down. Anyway.
Jesus. All right, so she's on the side of the road, car's broke down, and go.
Yeah, so she's at the light, and she said 15 guys around roughly pulled up to that light, looked at her, made eye contact, and she's looking at them like, hello, you know what I mean? A little help? Turn their head back, go straight down the road. So my question to you is because I saw a lot of the comments, because I always go to the comments section because that's the best shit in the world to read, right? Is it not? I mean, come on, man. Humanity's pretty damn funny when you go to the comments section. Sometimes some people are really clever, and some people are just flat out assholes. So I like to go through them and sift through the what's the word I'm looking for? The trash can of comments. So
okay.
So I'm going through the comments, and it's funny because every woman went into attack mode. this is what's wrong with men, and you know what I mean? So I'm like laughing, going, okay, but I'm trying to like think about it objectively. Okay, let me just see how they're feeling. But every single one of them went flat on, they were blaming millennial men. I mean, from millennial men to everything. The guys went on the attack saying that blaming feminism and everything else, why they don't pull over and things of that nature. So I was wondering, not a single one of them said one thing, and we'll talk about that, but what's your viewpoint on that? Like, if you pulled up to that light and you saw that woman with a car broken down the side of the road, I'm waiting for the fucking joke here. I'm looking at you, staring at you, and I see it coming, man. So I'm trying to keep it straight. I can't even look at you right now on camera because I know what's coming today. So what's your viewpoint when you pull up to that light? She's looking at you like she's in distress. Like, you can tell she is. Go.
Is she hot?
All right,
if she's hot, all right, go ahead.
I was gonna say, let's play she's hot.
It's a trap. I keep driving.
It's a trap. Okay, so she's average girl.
It's a trap. I keep driving.
She's buck-toothed, butt-ass ugly.
It's not worth the investment of time.
Wait, so in every scenario, you look at her right in the face and you just keep on going.
Yes.
Why?
I just said it's a trap.
But what's the trap? Why is it a trap?
Man, have you seen horror movies? Like, you get down there and you're like starting to change a tire. Next thing you know, you're like lunch. You're in the back. Her hillbilly boyfriend comes out of the woods and clubs you like a baby seal and drags you off, makes you squeal like a pig, and then puts you in the stew. We've all seen this movie. It's all, yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to cough into the camera. I'm just like, your viewpoint. Have you seen every horror flick?
Yeah. Have you not seen every horror flick?
But that's the first thing you thought, that she would chop you up, get you in the car.
No, not her. Her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend would chop you up, put you in the car, take you somewhere, and chop you up.
Billy Bob, or his name is Earl. Like, it's going to be Billy Bob or Earl is going to come out of the woods and like just chop me up and eat me.
Earl.
Yeah.
Billy Bob and Earl. Why do they have to be country people in order to eat you?
Just a high probability.
I mean, there's a lot of serial killers out there.
I mean, she's breaking down like, in front of like a Publix. She can just go in the store. Call a tow truck. I don't know.
Newsflash, ladies, do not ever ask Mike for help, ever, because he's going to go, it's a trap, and he's afraid you might eat him.
I mean, no, if you ask me for help and I know you, then yeah, sure, no problem.
You're listening to the Daily BM.
So all right. I don't know. I got a bunch of problems with this.
Okay,
chivalry
chivalry
would say to stop and help.
Okay.
But what happens if you stop and she doesn't want help, and then she maces you, and then the police show up and now you're going to jail, and you're just like, I just stopped to help, and she's like, he came at me, like I stood my ground, like I don't know. Did she have a sign saying please help me? What I mean,
did she have a sign? Please help me. You're joking.
This is 2024. Like, we don't know what women want anymore because women don't know what women want. So like,
well, hold up. Back. Let's take a step back. Women have never known what they want, ever. So to even think that all of a sudden changed. Okay, when did they know what they wanted? All right, go enlighten me.
50s and 60s.
So you think, okay, so what made them different from 50s and 60s to now?
Drugs and rock and roll.
So the introduction of drugs and rock and roll and Elvis Presley changed it. Their mentality.
Feminist movement.
So let's get back to that. So you agree with the guys in the comments that feminism, the birth of feminism, has changed the way we respond to things.
100%. That's without a shadow of a doubt. You have a
Okay, so
50-50 okay, for example, when you open a door, you have a 50-50 chance of getting a fuck you, I can do it myself, or a thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. I mean, common courtesy would normally be to say thank you, but I have had situations where like I could have got that myself. Like I don't know if you've had that experience that, but I have experienced that. So it makes me less prone to be chivalrous because I don't need the shit.
Well, let me ask you one thing. When you were told that by that young lady or old lady, I don't know how old the person was, but what was your response?
None. Just let it go. I'm not getting any confrontation with an idiot.
Well, I'm not saying a confrontation, but I meant you didn't have any
I'm
response.
not
Like I
gonna
was just
I'm not gonna retort or nothing. It's like that they made an assertion that they can do it themselves. Fantastic.
interesting.
Knock yourself out. Now, if you're side of the road and do it yourself, you're getting eaten by a shark, fight it off yourself.
Well, on that one, I'd have to say I'm not jumping in the water to help. At that point, you're on your own. I'm going to wait for the shark to do what he has to do.
You're
Then I might take the chance to go out there and get you.
you're choking on a hot dog. Do the Heimlich on yourself. Like knock it out.
I can see somebody doesn't give two shits about their CPR training. New note to self: do not go to lunch, and make sure if I do, to
No.
everything.
I'm saying
up.
that I'm saying that individual that like berated me on like opening the door. Like whatever happens to them, it's on them.
Right.
You need someone to hold the sheet when you're trying to jump out of the burning building. Yeah, find somebody to hold it yourself. Figure it out.
Now, on the flip coin of this, I thought to myself, okay, because I was trying to be like objective in every area. The first one was, to help. You know what I mean? Because that's I have that helper mentality, and but of course you also don't know what those guys. Are they on the job? Are they headed somewhere? Are they on a time crunch? Or like you, are they afraid of getting eaten on the side of the road by the girl's boyfriend or her wife's, maybe they're into some sick shit. But my thing was, it's like you made a good point just a couple of minutes ago. And that was, we live in 2024. We don't live in the 50s. So we now have cell phones. We can make a phone call. We can call a tow company. We can call a repair shop. You could call your husband or your boyfriend, whatever, or if you don't have a girlfriend, if that's how you roll, whatever. So you just made me think about that. It's like we do live in the modern era. So what's the complaint?
I mean, a couple of years ago, I was in Target.
Okay.
And I'm in Target, and the lady puts her purse on top of the car.
Okay.
Okay. And she starts driving off. So I like chase her down and like flag her down, and she rolls the windows down and she's like, I have a boyfriend and I'm going to call the cops. And I'm like, your purse is on your roof. And she's like, and she grabs it and like gets in the car and like speeds off. And I'm like, what a fucking bitch. Like,
yeah,
like
I can see that. I have a boyfriend. I'm going to call the cops. Cool.
Yeah.
Tell them that your purse is on top of your fucking car.
Exactly. I mean,
listen.
I'm trying to be helpful, and I'm getting, death threats.
Next thing you know,
here's
you're
the
in a pot
thing.
of
Okay, here's the thing. If she's on the side of the road and she's jumping up and down and waving and trying to flag me down, then more than likely I would stop. But if she's just standing there looking perplexed, like with a phone in the hand, I'm probably going to keep driving. Because, like you said, we have phones, we have roadside assistance. And we live in a day and age where people are quick to jump to assumptions. You don't know, like, what happened. And there people are fast to sue. So what happens if you get underneath there and you mess up the car because her jack breaks or something, and now they want to hold you liable for it?
No,
I don't know.
Of that, you got a valid point, because I was, it didn't hit me until you said we're not this. They were different in the 50s to what they are now, and then you were saying we're in the modern era. When you said that, it really resonated with me, because I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute.
I mean,
why couldn't she use the phone?
My heart makes me want to stop.
Correct.
But my mind tells me not to, because I don't know the circumstances. Now, if it's a car crash, then I'm going to jump out and try to help and see what I can do. But if they're just standing on the side of the road and they're not physically flagging people, trying to flag somebody down, if they're just standing there looking bitchy with their hand on the hip, I'm definitely not fucking stopping, because I get enough shit at my house. I don't need extra shit on the side, this fucking piece of shit car, and I don't hear more bitching. Like, I've got enough. Like, I'm trying to listen to, like, my Ed Milet podcast, and I'm trying to get my mind straight on the way to work or the way to where I'm going. I don't need to roll over and listen to someone else complaining about how shitty their husband is for not filling up the tires of the air, because she didn't tell them.
I'm sorry. Oh my God, man. I don't need to listen to another person bitching at me. So, well, I mean, I am going to say you do live pretty much in a house full of women. I mean, you really do. That's got to be tough because you have what? 1, 2, 3, right? 3 women in the house with you?
No, just 2.
No, you have 3.
When you get third? No, I have 2.
You have Aiden.
Oh, my
He's a teenage boy. He's still a girl until he gets
silent majority. Silent majority.
Yeah. He may not be.
I'm proud. I'm proud of that little guy, dude.
Yeah,
he got me an armbar last night, and he was pretty good at it.
Nice. Oh,
Yeah.
That's right. You started taking judo.
Jiu-jitsu.
Oh, jiu-jitsu. I don't know. It's all that floor game crap. But I'm glad, man. I'm glad you're
judo's tosses.
Tosses.
Yeah.
But no, man. You're without stroking your ego, the realistic thing is, I watched you this past weekend in some jiu-jitsu, and you went up really against a big guy, man. A big guy who was a personal trainer, physically fit to the point of like ridiculously physically fit, and you held your own, man, for 5 minutes. So I was impressed.
I just didn't know how to give up.
Exactly. But you still did it. That's the thing. I probably would have got overpowered and tapped out.
His grip was so strong I couldn't tap.
Are we still talking about the jiu-jitsu match, or are we talking about other stuff?
I mean,
depends on how you roll.
When you lose, you got to pay the piper.
Had to pony up. Mm-hmm. Had to pony up with him. So, okay. So, what's your before we get out of here? What's your take? Like your final take on that situation, like for the listeners.
I feel like we live in precarious times. I feel like guys really don't know whether or not they should be chivalrous. And I feel that women are not providing the same level of value to men to want us to be chivalrous. They're not appreciative of when we are chivalrous. And they portray like they want to be the boss too. So it's kind of hard when there's a situation to like step up when you don't know if you're stepping on. And I think that's where the problem is today's age. Like we've blurred the gender roles so much that nobody really knows exactly what they're supposed to do.
Good words, man. Right on.
In my opinion, I mean, like my heart says,
that's a good point.
Stop. My heart says stop and help. But
right.
There's been times that I've tried to break up a guy, smacking his girl around, only to have them both wailing on me. Because like all of a sudden, I grab him to pull him back, and then all of a sudden she's beating on me, going, "Let go of my man." Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, okay, well, if you want to fucking get killed, here you go. But now I got both of them on me. It's 2-on-1, and I had nothing to do with this situation. Like I was just trying to
de-escalate it.
I was just trying to step up, and do the man thing, and then all of a sudden now it's like, what the fuck?
No,
why am I the outlet for your anger? Oh, I know why. Because you guys get a sick pleasure out of this. In your relationship, this is how your relationship is. It's toxic, and I am now an external threat that you both can put your violence towards. And I put myself in harm's way for no good reason. So I think that's the situation.
Yeah, I think
in today's
the
age.
only thing I want to add on top of what you just said is I think it's like you said we live in a different time because of everything and because of when we talked about that. The technology to me added into the mix with this conversation is what in this particular situation. Why couldn't you just use a cell phone and pick it up and call someone? It didn't have to be a chivalry moment at that point, especially because we don't know. There's many dangers in the world. Unfortunately, it's just the world we live in, and I don't have the answer to change that. I don't think you do either.
I mean, I know I went over the top a little bit with the whole eating and the Earl thing, and that was for comedic effect, but there has been times that guys have pulled over to help somebody, and the next thing you know, they're getting robbed.
Or raped.
You know?
Gagged, raped, killed, whatever. They could have, maybe the guy might come off a little bit feminine, and the boyfriend was, shows up, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You just don't know with people these days. So don't take it personal, ladies. Just pick up a cell phone and call your boyfriend, your husband, or, a tow service, repair service, whatever. I think that's the easy way out, not to go back to men didn't pull over for you, because you just don't know what that other person's workload is.
I think that 100% is the biggest answer now, is people just assume that you've got a cell phone and you got it covered.
Correct.
And if you're not actively putting your hands up and saying, stop, calling attention to stop, if you're just standing there kind of pondering, or maybe just waving your hands out of frustration, but it doesn't look like you're trying to get somebody's attention. I mean, if somebody looks at you and you make eye contact, the right thing to do if you need help would be to say, can you help me? And then hopefully they would stop to help you. But if you just stand there and stare at them, you're mean mugging them and they're looking back at you, they're going to be like, I'm just going to keep driving because this person could be psycho,
Yeah, my take is, and this is my final words, is just that it really boils down to you initiating the communication. If you want it, you have to take an action to get a response. So you said something earlier in the podcast, and we'll end on this note. You said, did she have a sign? What was, I mean, all joking around aside, did she have a sign? And what I mean by that, the sign would have been, you just said it, can you help me? Mouth it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When you make eye contact with somebody in a car, you could just say, can you help me? You might see a different, I need help, like that. Just some gesture that initiates a response. Now, if the person turns their head, you never know. I mean, I'd be like, I'm sorry. You want me to call, or something like that nature. But that's about it.
I see, even though, I don't know, I think if somebody asked you directly for help, that you would stop and help at that point. Whatever.
I know I would.
Unless you're on the way to the emergency room, you got somebody bleeding out in the back seat, you would probably be like, let me pull over and see what the situation is.
Or if I'm going to dinner.
If they directly ask you for help.
Or if I'm going to dinner. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm
hungry.
I don't
I'm
think
hungry,
so.
man. I'm hungry, man.
No,
you're right.
That's it.
You're right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, don't forget, head over to masondangerco.com. That's where you get 20% off on all their products. It's beard oils, beard waxes, even t-shirts, hats, whatever. They have a lot of cool novelty stuff as well. Don't forget to head over to thedailybm.com, where you can follow us on all of our socials, YouTube, Rumble. Don't forget to like and subscribe over there and follow us. Mikey, got anything before we get out of here?
Man, everybody just have a great day. Be kind to each other. Just go out there and try to live your best life. And ladies, just communicate what you want, and we'll do our best to make it happen.
Right on. And with that, we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Have a good one.
Deuces.